Michigan House of Representatives passed 4 bills late last week.
They were aimed at creating more workforce housing projects across our state and address other issues in the development of housing. That was written about Thursday in MiBiz. The aim is to make it easier to develop housing projects, especially in rural areas.
And we have Andy Belaskovitz, the managing editor of MiBiz, to talk about all of this. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
So what is the timeline here? This all moved through our legislature pretty quickly. So when will we see the housing projects?
Yeah, so it's expected that these bills, now that they've passed the House, they passed the Senate over a year ago, and have sort of been, sitting in committee. Both sides have been sort of giving and taking a little bit, negotiating, but they'll head back for a quick vote in the Senate, but likely head to Governor Whitmer's desk here before the end of the year. So, the thinking is once these tax incentives are in place, which is, what these variety of bills create to make it more, to make it balance out a little more for developers, particularly in rural areas, to build these projects, but to hopefully get going on it next year. The advocates who are behind these bills say they're needed now more than when they were first introduced, just given rising interest rates, supply costs, and things like that. So I think we could expect some construction to start going related to these next year.
Now, Andy, you mentioned being focused on rural areas. Where in West Michigan specifically do you kind of expect some of these projects?
Yeah, so particularly Northwest Michigan, up the lakeshore, Manistee area to Traverse City, there's sort of this 10-county region up there where housing organizations have really been focused these past several years, because it's just so difficult to not just build new housing, but to find affordable units for residents currently living there, just given, some of the influx of visitors and short-term rentals in sort of this more vacation-oriented, tourism-oriented area of the state. So I would expect, up and down the lakeshore, these will be very important.
You can read about all of this right now at mibiz.com. Andy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
It's